for the making of this red Christmas piece of shirt, guys, I did not record the entire video, so please bear with me. We'll be starting off by folding the material into two, and then I'll be marking my shoulder to the bust point, which is 11, and then to the under bust, which is 14.5, and then the waist, which is 18, and then the full length of the shirt, which is 23 inches. Remember, I said that my customer is on a big size, so after marking it on this left side, I will mark it on the other side and use my straight rule to connect the whole vertical lines together, as you can see on the video. Welcome back to this channel, guys. Please, if this is your first time of stopping by, do well to show me your support by subscribing to this channel. It is totally free. The next thing I'll do is to mark my shoulder length, which is 8 inches, but I'll be adding half, which is 8.5, because this is material and not pattern paper. So I'll go ahead to mark the same thing on this line. So I'll go ahead now to come down by 1 inch for both the front and back piece of the shirt. And then for the chest line, I'll be using 10 inches because my customer is on a large size. And then I'll use the neckline of 3 inches, okay, and then connect it all the way to my shoulder. After connecting it to my shoulder slant, I'll mark for the chest line so I can get the pattern for my armhole, as you can see. So after getting the midpoint of my armhole, I'll go in by ½ inch. Remember to go in by ½ inch, guys, and then use my chalk to connect the points together by marking my armhole, okay. And then for the back, I'll come down by 1 inch. Remember, this is a shirt. The back is not going to be having open, it is not going to be joined at the back. So guys, that is why it is on fold. So the next thing is to get my full measurement, placing my tape like this to get my circumferences after dividing by 4, and then adding 2 inches extra for sewing allowance and then for ease. And then for the full length of the shirt, I added 2.5 inch at the hemline. Then I'll use my chalk to connect it all the way down to the hemline, as you can see on the video. And then for this curve that you are seeing by the side, I went up by 5 inches, and then at the hemline I also came in by 5 inches just to have a U curve, as you can see on the video. But before giving it this curve, I also went out by 2 inches from this line you are seeing. Please look closely on the video, okay, just to give it that ease. If you do not come out by 2 inches or even more, trust me, even after putting this curve at the side, it is going to be tight on that area on your body by the time you wear it on. So you have to come out to give it an ease, okay. So I'll go ahead to cut with my scissors. So guys, after cutting it, this is how it looks, and then I'll go ahead to place it on the folded material to get for the back. You can see I extended it by 2.5 inches, and this is for the button area, okay, button area and the buttonhole area. So for the neckline for the front, I'll come down by 3 inches, as you can see, and then connect it to the neckline. After connecting it to the neckline, the next thing I'll do now is to go ahead to also cut out the neckline for the front, and then the neckline for the back, and then also cut out. Remember that the front piece of the shirt is going to be open, so that is why I extended it by 2.5 inches for both the buttonhole and the button area, okay. So I'll go ahead to cut it out. So guys, after cutting it, I'll notch the starting point of my buttonhole, so I will get the exact points that I'm going to fold in. So before folding in my buttonhole area, I am going to cut out hemming gum, which is this white strip that you are seeing, and then fold it by ½ inch, and then fold it by 1 inch the second time. Okay, so before doing the folding, I will make sure to insert my hemming gum this way, because it will help in firming up this buttonhole area. Please, I beg you to insert hemming gum while folding your buttonhole and button allowance. Okay, so this is how it look after folding it. At this point, I have not ironed it because there is currently no light. So guys, I'll go ahead to join the sides and the shoulder of this shirt. So for the sleeve, I have gone ahead to cut the sleeve. Sorry, this is not, I did not drop a detailed tutorial for the sleeve cutting, but this is the sleeve and the full length of the sleeve. The full length of the sleeve should actually, sorry, I minused 2.5 inches from the full length of the sleeve, and this is the 2.5 inches on fold, because this is going to be for the cuffling area, we call it. So guys, this is it, the folding for the sleeve hem. This is it, this is the length I used, and then by the time you keep it on fold, I used the length of 2.5 inches, as you can see on the video. So this place I'm marking now is half inch in, half inch on this, the other side, half inch inside. So I'm going to be stitching these two places so I can turn it inside out. You can see the two folds, or the two folded pieces for the sleeve hem. Okay, please go ahead to do the same thing. You can see I ironed, or I gummed, I joined the collar stay on this pieces. You can see the white thing you are seeing is not hemming gum, it's actually a collar stay, because it will help firm up the sleeve hem. Okay, so this is it guys. After sewing it, I'll go ahead to notch the center of the sleeve hem, as you can see. So guys, the next thing I'll do is to notch the center of my sleeve as well. Then I'll mark the wrong side of the sleeve and then the right side. So what I'll do next is, using the wrong side of my sleeve, I'll place one of this piece this way, making sure that the center is also on the center of the sleeve. And then before I stitch it down, I'll make sure to come up by 2.5 inch on this side of my sleeve, and then also I'll come in by 1 inch, because by the time we finish stitching and turning it out, this place is going to be open. Okay, so guys, the next thing I'll do right now is to also use my hemming gum while stitching down for the hem of this sleeve, and to also join it with those pieces you are seeing together. I'll head over to my sewing machine right now, so I'll run a stitch on these two pieces. So I'll start joining them together, as you can see on the video, making sure that the center pieces align together. So guys, after running at this side of the hem, I'll go ahead and fold it in like this. Please look closely on the video to see exactly what I am doing on this sleeve. Okay, this is just the easiest and simplest way for me to sew sleeve, that is sleeve shirt. As you can see on the video, there are so many ways in sewing sleeve shirts, so this is the easiest way for me, especially if I have limited time in sewing that particular shirt. By the time you stitch it down like this, trust me, it is going to come out so fine and very perfect. So after stitching it down, I'll go ahead to run a stitch on the 4 corners of this hem, as you can see on the video. So guys, you can see I'm already done with stitching the 4 corners. You can see how it looks like packet shirt. So this is the sleeve by the time you open it up, making sure to know the exact point, which is my right and the wrong side in this sleeve, because this shirt looks almost the same from the front and the back. So at this point, I'll come up by 2.5 inch. Then from that line of 2.5 inch, that is where I'll put stitching all the way to the armhole area. You can see I have joined the sleeve to the shirt. You can see, remember I said this place we are not going to be stitching it down. Okay, So this is the feathers I am going to be stitching on this sleeve. I bought three yards of feathers for this sleeve. You can see this is where I'm going to be stitching it. I'm going to be running multiple stitches on this sleeve area. After running the first one, then I'll run the second one and then again, so it will give it volume. You know that this feathers is very light and it does not have volume. So as you are stitching down these feathers, please make sure you sew it with caution, because if you are not holding it firmly with your hands, trust me, it may spoil your machine needle. So at this point you have to take it very gently while stitching it down. And then at this point, this is the end of our video. So guys, thank you so much for supporting this channel. God bless you all so much. Thank you.